Hello, everyone. I'm Shelly Garg, your real estate broker with Alpha Elite Realty. Today, we're going to talk about two different amendment scenarios and see what a buyer and a seller can do in each of the scenarios. So, the first amendment scenario is the buyer gets an inspection done after they have the executed contract. So, the inspection reveals a lot of repairs to be made to the property, and the buyer writes out an amendment, sends it over to the seller, asks them to repair all the things that need to be repaired, or they will terminate the contract. Can the buyer do that? Well, the answer is it depends. So it depends. It depends on the option period, whether the buyer has paid for an option period and whether that option period has expired or not. If the option period has not expired, yes, the buyer can absolutely terminate the contract. However, if the option period has expired, then the buyer cannot. So it's very important to get that option money into the title company within that allotted time frame of 3 days after a contract is executed. If a buyer thinks that they're turning in their earnest money and do not turn in the option money, the funds do get applied to that option first and earnest money later. So in that scenario, a buyer is actually at default because they have not turned in their earnest money on time. And the seller, honestly, has the right to terminate the contract. So that is not a scenario you want to get into in the seller's market today, to give the sellers that right to terminate the contract anytime. All right, let's discuss a second amendment scenario. In this scenario, the buyer sends an amendment to the seller asking for a reduction in price, of course, after the contract is executed. So the seller says, nope, we're not going to do a reduction in price. In fact, we're going to terminate the contract because you sent us an amendment asking for a reduction in price. Can the seller do that? Well, no, the seller cannot do that. The buyer or the seller can propose an amendment to the contract anytime, but it does not give the other party a unilateral right to just terminate the contract. An amendment needs to be signed by both parties. A contract can only be changed by an amendment that is signed by both the parties and is fully executed. So you can see otherwise, an original contract remains in effect and it is not changed. So anybody can propose anything at any time, does not change the contract without fully executed amendment. All right, everyone, I will leave you all with these two amendment scenarios for today. And maybe next time I will come up with other scenarios or something else to just kind of add to that real estate knowledge base a little bit. All right, thanks so much for watching me. Bye-bye.